First of all, I would say God, because even if I'm a gym rat or I'm a gym freak, God has to give me the good health for me to be able to do that. After God, I would say yes, I love myself. I truly love myself. And I do everything to keep my sanity. I do everything to keep my physical outlook as well. So I'm in the gym, might not be a physical gym, but I exercise at least 5 days a week. I have Thursdays and Sundays off. Sundays I go to church. So after God, yes, I make an effort to keep my physical look and my physical appearance. I believe that happiness comes from your inside, and you owe yourself that, and happiness is free. So you can tell yourself that in the midst of very rocking situations, you have chosen to be happy. And once you are happy from your inside, it radiates to the outside. That's my belief. I had that interview at my 40th. I had it at my 50th. I had it at my 55th. And I'm hearing it again at 60. The truth of the matter is, I believe there's a divine plan of God for everybody. And so whatever route God has taken me through to get here, I wouldn't want to change anything. I don't believe in regrets. I think it's purposeful for God to take you through things if He has to take you through things. So whatever I've done in the past is a past. It's behind me. So no regrets at all. I'm happy the way everything has turned out. Whether beautiful, whether not so beautiful, everybody has a low moment, a desert moment, a high point. I'm just happy. It's okay. No regrets. I wanted to be a lawyer, but my father wanted me to be a teacher. So I was in a secondary school, St. Teresa's College. If you read my biography, you would see that. And my father came one day and said, I'm taking you out of here and sending you to a teacher's training college. I'm sending you to Nana College, Warri. And at that time, first daughter, second child of my mom, I was young. I had no say. But I think the thing that didn't happen through me, law, I have 3 kids that are lawyers, so it's okay. I became a teacher first, and by the time I finished my first degree, I started working. I was a teacher after my NCE, which is a teacher's training college as well. So I started teaching, but I went for first degree in Uniben. By the time I came back, I branched off to work with a company they call Fiogrit. And the Okaku of that time made me lose my job. And after I lost my job, I just thought, well, I might as well be a CEO myself, because from like age 9, 10, I was already selling for my mom. I was already buying stuff from my mom, crates of egg, anything she brings in. I would ask her, so how much does this cost? She would tell me. So I was already selling stuff. So I was like, I'm an entrepreneur. I can do this. I don't have to work with anybody. And so as soon as my job ended, I didn't go back for any salary job. I started business. I think it's only the memories of my grandmother that would make me really smile like that. My mother was too much of a disciplinarian. My mother would literally tie me up that I did something wrong. So I was always looking forward to those times where my father would drop me off on holidays with my little bicycle in the village, and I would be with my grandmother. Her name was Ishani, which means perfume. She was my idol. She didn't believe that you have to beat children to correct them. To her, I was smart, and I was doing everything my age should do. But my mother didn't believe in that. My mother believed in discipline and correction. So I would go to her. The first thing, they used to have like hangars in their kitchens where they have the fish, they have everything. So they would cook for me. I just literally followed her to her farm. I don't do anything. Like, okay, this is my escort. Then I would ride my bicycle during the day, but I was free from the beating of my mom at least. So, so I look back and I'm like, I really had an exciting childhood. We were many. My father had 22 children, and my mother alone had 10 out of the 22. But we were a close-knit family. No matter how it was, I'm not from the rich, but we were comfortable and we were okay. My father had a car, a lorry in those days, you know. So, and I think I enjoyed my childhood. I did. But the village with my grandmother was really the thing that did it for me. No, I think I learned more from my mom. You know how grannies are. Like my daughter has started shouting already, you want to spoil this child. Grannies, they want to spoil. Mothers want to correct. Do you understand? So from my mom, I learned that I can be anything I want to be. I think that was why she was very hard on me. I was first daughter. I needed to carry everybody along. I had 8 people behind me. And like she knew she wasn't going to stay for too long. My father died as soon as I left Uniben, and then my mother died at 67, which was very young. So I learned you can do it yourself. You can be anything you want to be. It doesn't have to be a man coming to do anything for you. And so while my mother was married as a third wife, the first wife to my father didn't have children. The second one had like 2 children before they married my mother. She, as third wife, had a place for herself. My mother can literally have a child, like my last sister who works with me in my office now. My mother had her on the 19th of December, I can never forget. By the 22nd, she was gone to Onitsha to do her trade. In 3 days, that's the kind of woman she was. She was strong. So she taught me hard work. And that's what has kept me to today. I can never forget her. I pray for her every day, every day. This generation is different. They call themselves the Gen Z generation, or whatever they call themselves, I don't know. I will not look at my mother in the face and tell my mother I'm not doing it. I can't. I could not do that. And the ones we've brought up now, we've sent them to Ivy League schools, they live abroad. They are more Oyinbo than the Oyinbo themselves. So they will look you in the face and tell you, Mommy, please. I was talking about my tribute. Let me divert a bit. And my daughter was like, why do you want people to write tributes about you at 60? And I'm like, I don't want to do a party. What they celebrate in Africa is dead people. So they will say, oh, my gem is gone. Oh, she was so nice. Oh, she did this, she did that. If I'm a gem, celebrate me. I'm a living gem. I am a living gem. So I am going to do things differently from the norm. And she was like, you want people to wash you? I said, why would people wash me? I do a lot of charity. I do a lot of things for people. And I am not saying they should thank me. No, it's God that rewards. But I want to be sure of what I'm doing, whether I'm doing things right or wrong. Our upbringing was totally different. I would do everything as a first child. I will still go to school. I will come back. I will still clean. I will still cook. I will still do the washing of clothes for everybody. I was first daughter. I would still do everything. These ones, their generation is, if there's no washing machine, you have a house help or somebody that will be packing and washing. They're different upbringing. But one thing I tried to do is I made sure that they are responsible people. I would pamper you if I have to pamper you. When I have to be serious with you, I will be serious with you. So that's the difference. But you can't compare the upbringing we had with the upbringing we're giving to our children. The only thing we've done so far is try and inculcate a culture of you have to be responsible to yourself. A little example is my sister kept complaining, oh, you have a lot of daughters, you are not teaching them how to cook. And each time you sent them to go and meet the cook, they had one complaint or the other. And I told my sister after a time, I said, leave them alone. When they leave home, I am not going with them. When they leave home, there will be no housekeeper, there will be no house helps. And so my last daughter went to Malvern St. James in England for her A-levels. She finished and went to Exeter. And then she had to cook because at the A-level, they cook for them. That was a hostel. In the university, you cook for yourself. So she calls me one day, Mom, I want to cook jollof rice. And on the phone, we would talk, okay, do this, do that, do that. Today, she can do everything. She bakes, she cooks. In fact, she was teaching me how to do salmon the other day. I went to her house. So you let them learn. Through what you tell them, they'll be responsible. But parents will slap you. They will beat you. You have to learn it. So that's the difference. It's very important. Very, 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 very important. And without being proud or without, giving myself my accolades, I don't think I brought up a daughter who is not conscious of her self-worth. I raised girls that are tough. I raised girls that know their onions. I raised girls that know that a man is important, but you have to determine what you want for yourself. You will love, yes. Love your husband. Do everything with your husband. I'm not even going to interfere, but you know where to draw the line. And so everybody went to school, to the glory of God. Everybody is working. All my kids are working, except my little boy. That's the only one left, not working right now. And they know that you are as important as the man is. Because starting from the Bible, God created a man and a woman. And they say he created them both. And so when God says, okay, I am bringing you as a helpmate for the man, he didn't say I was bringing you as a slave to the man. God created the man from the dust. He created the woman from the ribs of the man, which is stronger than the dust. But women don't know their place. And so they respect, yes. It's in the Bible, yes. But before God said be submissive, he first of all said the man must love himself, love the wife as himself. As Christ loved the church and died for it. So when you love me as yourself and you can die for me, submission follows without you asking for it. Women are they think they are frail, but they are not. They're stronger than they think. So, but the first thing you have to do as a woman to get your self-confidence, what are you bringing to the table? You must work. You must be financially stable. And so I tell people that the reason you are like this, somebody taught me, my friend is dead now, Philippa, God bless her soul. I had a rough patch at the beginning of my marriage, and she kept telling me, do something. You were best graduating students at your master's degree in Unilag. Why are you sitting at home? Oh, my husband will not let me work. I said, Martha, you can't do that to yourself. You are first daughter out of 10 children, so you only have a brother who is older than you. You have 8 siblings behind you. You can't sit at home. And so I learned that where I'm coming from is a tough mother who worked all her life, or who was working at that time that I got married. I can't sit at home, and then I picked up. And then I discovered that the exact word Philippa used to use, when you've got money, you've got control. And it's so true. So women should not believe that their life depends on a man. I don't think so. Yes, he's supposed to be your head. God said he will provide. If you find a situation where you have to do something, you must do something. I don't believe in full-time housewife. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in it, because there might be situations where the man is down. You need to raise him up. That's why God created you in the first place. So they should think outside the box of, I'm a full-time housewife. I'm comfortable in the house. They give me one car to drive. They might change it tomorrow. I don't believe in things like that. And so from my children, I don't know about other people's kids, I teach them work. You must work. You must save. You must be self-sufficient. A man can add value to your life by whatever he can bring, but you can't sit and say, oh, this is it. Because if anything goes wrong, that's why we have a lot of them in Yaba Psychiatric Hospital. I've gone there to look. I've gone there. I've helped friends. I don't think he's relying on men and finance. I don't think it's a good thing. I don't think so. And I didn't train my kids like that. No. Everybody's working. A woman with self-worth. A woman who combines the business with the home front. A woman who knows the difference between my work time, my family time, is a complete woman. I think they're jobless. I think they're jobless. Why I would say that is, through raising my kids, I would travel. I would come back. I've done business. I've done the same business for almost 29 years. The same business of selling jewelry. And in the 29 years, I raised a lot of kids. I don't see where I would have time to go see who my husband is dating, and I want to pursue my husband with car. It's not like I don't care, or it's not like I don't love, but I don't think marriage validates anybody. Who are you? I went to see a friend once, and as I was entering her house, I asked the security man, I want to see, her name was Timmy. And they said, nobody like that lives here. So I called her on the phone. I said, the address you gave me, I am at the gate, and your security man is saying nobody like that lives there. Oh, they don't know me as Timmy, they know me as Mrs. somebody. When I entered her house, I told her, I said, you've lost it. You are first of all Timmy before you became Mrs. somebody. That means you do not have a name. So I envy them that really love and they can go die or go to Yaba Psychiatric Hospital. But I didn't train my kids like that, and I'm not like that. Marriage is good because it's ordained by God. Don't get me wrong. But you cannot now say that is what your life is about. I don't think so. You have much more to give to the society. You have much more to give to God. You have much more to give to everybody around you than a marriage that is killing you and you want to die and you're pursuing a man. Because it happened to me. It happened to me. And you know, Nigerians and Africans, the first thing they do is, oh, maybe she used them for ritual. Oh, but it's not like that, because I brought my sister's first son to this house and he was already living with me. He was already like 8 years old when they gave birth to this little baby. And so naturally, everybody calls me mommy in my family. Their mothers are their aunties. So they say Auntie Stella, like my sister. Her 2 children call her Auntie Stella because as soon as they're born, everybody wants to stay with mommy, big mommy, so they are here. And so Stella came to me. I was in Bible school then, 2019. It was a horrible year for me. And Stella came to me and said, I want to take my child. You've taken the son. I have to live with my daughter. So took her back to her house. Every second her phone rings, the girl will be crying, I want to go back to my mommy. I brought her here on a Friday on my way from school, from Bible school. And on Saturday, Shade came to visit me. We ate breakfast. She was on my leg. And I'm like, okay, I'm trying to do up my shop. I need to go see the carpenter. I can't carry her to see the carpenter. Mommy, I want to follow you. She had my dress. I was still at the carpenter's when they called me. She drowned in my pool. They didn't say she drowned. She fell into the pool was what they said. I don't know whether I flew. I don't know whether I ran. I don't know how I got to the Humana Hospital. But by the time I got there, the doctor said, I'm sorry, dead on arrival. My life literally stopped. Because this girl was everybody's idol. She was on everybody's iPad page, like every screensaver for everybody in this house. Because she was very smart. She was little. But when I'm saying this thing is demonic, you know why? This is a very smart girl that knows that to go to the pool, you need to wear your swimming pants. She will say, oh, mommy, my slippers. Mommy, my swimming pants. Mommy, my this. This girl walked into that pool with over 10 people in this house. Nobody knew where she passed. Her nanny was here washing clothes at the back. My security man was in front. Nobody knew where she passed into that pool. We had protectors like this at the pool. The child slipped herself in between the protector to enter the pool. So I'm begging everybody, if you do not have, don't put protectors that even your hand can go through around any pool. One of my other friends, her only son died too in her pool. So by the time that thing happened to me, and they said dead on arrival, we took her to another hospital, they couldn't do anything. 3 months I was in this house, I was just telling God, this is not happening. And then everybody kept telling my sister, hey, your sister has killed your child. My sister's husband came after like a week and said, why are you staying at home? You didn't kill my child. You took my son, brought him back from Dublin, put him in school in Lagos without telling me. Why would you kill my daughter? You already have this house. The pool thing is very, very rampant. So what I tell people now, if you must have a pool in your house, you must secure it. Nobody can get into the pool except there's an opening of a key and the protectors that can take your hand. No. After she died, I named my business after her. Her name was Serafina. So that's my business now. I had to rebrand my business. My children said they can't enter that pool again. So we let it for like 3 years and I turned it to a cinema house and a walk-in closet. So we had to shut the pool down. But it's happening so much. Besides the fact that you have to get a guard. If you must have a pool, you should be able to afford a guard that will be sitting there. Then secondly, you must have a covered pool, whether it's fanciful or not. Don't say, oh, the child has a house, a nanny, or the cooks, or there are people in the house. There were over 10 people in my house when Serafina walked into that pool and died. Nobody thought I could go to Bible school because of my work schedule. And I decided that year to spend 1 year to go to Bible school. So I told God that it happened in my house. You will bring another daughter in this house. My sister didn't have the same faith. She kept saying it took her 8 years to have this girl. That there was no doctor she didn't see, there was nothing she didn't do. I said, this one will not take you 7 months or 8 months to get this child. And so one day I was upstairs in my usual cry, talking to God. And I saw, I don't know whether I was in a trance, but I saw the little girl that died. She held another girl and was climbing upstairs. And I'm like, you came back. You came back. And then she pushed the girl, but this was a fatter girl. And in another 3 months, my sister was pregnant and she had the really big girl who will be 12 in December. So when she came, I was like, you see this one, I'm going to carry her to Ivory and teach her to swim myself. Tell her, I said, over her dead body. I said, I will teach her to swim. This time, I will follow her every day. And I will make sure there's a guard before she enters a pool. Now she's 12. She even called today. She's representing her school in swimming. So that's it. Your pool has to be closed up. Don't tell me, oh, but it will look beautiful. Too many kids die in swimming pools. Too many. No. God will heal them. We haven't healed. I can say we haven't healed, but we thank God that God replaced her almost immediately. Do you understand? God will heal them. It's not the same like a child is sick and the child dies. It's different. Your child that you're playing with this minute, no headache, nothing, walks into a pool and dies in a pool. The torture, the mental torture that, why was he struggling in the water? It's a lot of pain. The day I heard about the video, everybody in this house was crying. Everybody. My daughter Nosa was on her way to Abeokuta. She called me, Mommy, no, they say the child is not dead, that they are trying to do oxygen. I said, Nosa, drowning of children. The doctor is just trying to postpone the evil day, the news. I don't think the child is alive. So it's a very horrible thing, but what I would tell them is hold on to God. You can't say in the next 5 years they would have healed, even if they have other children. No. Every child is different. Every child is unique. Isabella is my idol, the new one, the one that we have now, that will be 12 in December. But there's still a place for Pulu. I had to name my shop after her, my business after her, so that we can remember her forever. But we're grateful to God that we were blessed with another. God will bless Davido and Choma with other children. The pain might not go, but with time, it will fade out. With time, by God's special grace. Yes, when I was 50, I said I was going to establish an NGO. They call Omovigo Foundation. Omovigo is the name of the girl that died as well. That's her native name, Serafina James. So that I turned my company to Serafina James. Serafina is her English name, and Omovigo is her native name. But I didn't succeed to do that, because what I wanted to do was take hawkers off the street, children that hawk off the streets, and people back home started dragging me. You are not from Lagos. If you have to do that, start from your foundation in Delta State. Why would you come and take Lagos children off the streets when you have people in your village? So I just decided to go to sick people in the hospitals, and women that want to be pregnant. I do IVFs for them, or I adopt children for them. I do surrogates. I do all sorts for them. So I branched off from the Omofigo Foundation, so I didn't register it. But I'm still doing my charity. And from my tributes, you would get a lot, because I can't even remember what I do. There's some people, I went to Standard Chartered Bank last week, and she was like, oh, this is the woman. I've been looking for you for 8 years. Like, yeah, Mrs. Najomo, you met me here, you did this for me, you did that. A lot of the things I do, I can't even remember. So I try to help women who are suffering in marriages. I try to adopt children. I try to do surrogate. I try to do IVF. I try to help sick people. And so let me tell you a scenario that happened the day before yesterday. My daughter was laughing. I wanted a particular dress that they said was made by Vicky James on the island. And so I reached out to them, and they said the small dress was 1.2 million. I now said my mother will slap me from her grave for me to use 1.2 million to buy this cloth. Where will I wear it to? I said, I've decided to give at least 20 people that I know are sick right now money. I'd rather push that money to people that are ill for them to use. So my daughter was laughing. I said, no, I'm calling it Hallelujah Seed. I'm not sending them the money because they're sick. I'm sending them the money because they will have to do Thanksgiving, and I'm praying for them as well. So I tagged it Hallelujah Seed for my 60th birthday. So I'm sending monies, I won't say the amount. I'm sending money to everybody that I know is ill right now. I'm giving them Hallelujah Seeds with prayers because they have to testify to the goodness of God. They will be well. It used to be rice and dodo, but that was before I turned 40, which is like 20 years ago. Now, I don't think I have a favorite food because I eat whatever I like. It depends. So I can say, okay, like the whole of this week, I really haven't taken carbohydrates. Okay, let me say meat, because I eat a lot of meat, which is the reason I'm not really losing weight. I'm at the gym 5 days a week, but I eat too much of meat, which is not good. It doesn't have to be beef. It could be chicken, turkey, goat meat, but I eat a lot of it. So one girl was telling me 2 days ago, you have to reduce the quantity of meat that goes into your system. So I can say meat is my favorite food, but no particular dish, no. But I eat everything. Five things I'll take along with me. My Bible first. My Bible first. Then I'll take my clothes, I take my shoes, I take my jewelry, and a few books. But my Bible first. And it's huge. It can fill my hand luggage. Even if I don't read it all the time, I want it by me all the time. So my Bible first. Okay, so jewelry for me it accentuates a woman's dressing. Some people don't believe in it, but I actually started with costume jewelry. I don't mean selling, I mean wearing. And so we're doing a program in Unilag, my master's. I had a master's in public admin. And I had a few friends who would come to me to say, oh, your jewelry is really nice. And I tell them that, oh, it's costume. It's costume, but it's really nice. Can you just start selling? And so fast forwarding, I asked them, where do you think I can get real jewelry to sell? They said I should go to Kano. So I went to Kano, but at that time it was only those Hausa kind of, the northern one that we were buying. So I sold that for a few months, and I got a friend, not my friend, my husband's friend at that time, Auntie Vera, who told me that if I wanted to sell jewelry, no, I started with Philippa. Philippa was going to Napoli, wanted me to go with her, told me I cannot be a full-time housewife after having a master's and best graduating student female, and I was sitting at home. So she asked me what I wanted to do. I said, I love jewelry. I think I'm already selling the ones from Kano, but I can follow you. So I went with her to Napoli. So I bought a few crosses, a few earrings. That's how I actually started until Chrissy's friend, Auntie Vera Chitabuna, said she would take me to Milan, Valencia, that's where jewelry starts from. And so I started, but I've had to leave, come back like 3-4 times because of the way they treat jewelry payments in Nigeria. Everybody could go buy shoes of $1 million, buy laces of $1 million, pay for it. But once it comes to jewelry, they believe they have to have it on credit. And so I couldn't cope. After a while, I would go out. But I knew in my mind that this was what I wanted. I dream it. I sleep it, I dream it. I wake up dreaming jewelry. So I went back to it. And luckily, one day, Madam Shade Balogun just came to the house. Sis, I think you're too big to be selling jewelry from your home. So I've gone to buy you a shop in Surulere. I'm like, are you all right? I live in Ikeja. How am I going to run a jewelry shop in Surulere? I can't. She said, your mates are running jewelry shops everywhere. So when you wake up in the morning, you will leave your house and go and sit in your jewelry shop. I thought I couldn't. I went to the place on Adeniro Ogusoya. I came back. I said, sis, thank you very much for the receipt. You paid the deposit for the shop. But I don't think I can go to Surulere. You know, she's a crazy, crazy girl. One day she came back and said, I've seen another one. It's near you here. Don't tell me that you're not having it. I'm like, okay, let's go. So I went there and they actually did the first payment for the shop and I bought the shop. And it's not like a roller coaster, but I love what I do. I love what I do, absolutely. Besides the fact that it puts food on my table, is my passion. You know, you like I can literally enter a party and I don't know you, and the first thing I'm trying to do is either adjust your earrings or you're not wearing it right or something. I'm adjusting your neck for you and all that. I love what I do. I love what I do. I love what I do. Yeah, and I've made a lot of friends. There's hardly any state house in Nigeria that I haven't entered. To the glory of God, hardly. Not just for, oh, you have to sell big. No, but I've made friends. I've made a lot of friends. So I'm happy, and glory to God. Yeah, when they say diamonds are a woman's best friend, let me explain it to you. If this was gold and you're tired of it, you would go to a malam. He will put it on a scale. They will weigh it. They will tell you what it's worth, and they would give you what it's worth. Diamonds are not like that. They are not sellable. You can't. There's no resale value for diamonds, except you take them to high. Maybe you have like the brands. If you have like a Fope, a Roberto coin, and so you're selling the brand. But if they're just diamonds like this, anywhere you take them to, the first thing they will tell you is that they have to pop out the diamonds. So you're going to lose on it. So they are your friends forever. So you keep them with you. That's why they say they are a woman's best friend. You love them, you keep them, you can pass them from generation to generation, but trying to sell them, you don't have a resale value for them. That's why they say they are a woman's best friend. Yeah, first thing in the morning, I wake up at 4:35 when I want to wee. I take a glass of warm water, but as I get off my bed, I must say thank you, Jesus, because the truth of the matter is, nothing keeps you alive. Nothing wakes you up except God. If the alarm is there and God forbid the person is dead, the person is dead. So I say thank you, Jesus. I swing my legs out of the bed. I drink the warm water. I go back to bed. But by 6 o'clock, I have to come out to jog. I don't follow a particular pattern. I thank God too for keeping me all through the day. I call my kids at times. I thank God for everything I've achieved during the day, or everything I've gone through during the day. I thank you, but at times I watch movies and I just sleep off. So there's no particular pattern to say, oh, I must do this before I go to bed. No. Fear is of the devil. God has not given me the spirit of fear. So whatever comes my way, I believe God can handle it. So no fears. I'm a tigress. Yes, it's in God's hands. There's nothing that God cannot handle. And I can't say, oh, the things you fear most are the things that come to you. Yeah, that's what I've learned. So instead of fear, He's giving you the spirit of power, of love, and of a sound mind. So you tell God, God, these things are in your control. These things are in your hands, you know. So. First and foremost, I have never prayed to be a president. I have never prayed to be a senator. I've never prayed to be a chairman of a local government. I've never prayed to be anything of such. Um, the economy is bad, yes. I think is I can't criticize the government. I don't want that to be part of my interview. But I think they are putting square pegs in round holes in Nigeria. Because for every sector of either the economy or hospitality or roads, there are people who are qualified, overqualified, and would know what to do. But I was talking to somebody recently, and the person goes, "Oh, pray for me. I want to go into this position." And I'm like, "Oh, thank God young people like you are vying for position." I said, "No, I'm going to collect my share." I didn't like that. So I don't think I want to be anything. I just want to be me. I want to be me. Presidency, yes. If they look at the roads, they look at the hospitals, they look at the basic things of life for human beings. Because in America, if you're not working, you have a place to go to collect, something to eat at least. People are putting money that they cannot spend forever. Even their fifth generation can't spend such money. Those are the kind of monies they're stealing. Why would one person have 100 houses? What do you want to do with it? The kind of money, the kind of oil, the kind of things we have in our country can make every human being comfortable. And I'm not joking. My brother happens to work in an oil company, and in the mainstream place where the oil comes from, if you hear the kind of oil they steal from us every day, they put it in the papers, nothing is done about it, everybody goes as usual, normal, and then I don't think I want to be president. I don't even think I want to be anything in Nigeria. I just want to be me. When I retire, I'm 60 now by God's grace in a few days. When I retire, I just want a life of, oh, Shade, let's go to Santorini, or this person, let's go here and just enjoy my life peacefully. I don't think I would. I would get people that can work with me. That's why I said, I think they are putting square pegs in round holes, and so they don't fit. I cannot be president and think that I know it all. So the Minister for Defense would work on security. You will get somebody that has a passion for what is happening. Lives are being lost every day. We have a minister or whatever for defense. They don't address the issues. So you will get people that can work in every sector of the country, every sector. I think they are qualified to work in every sector. I think that's the solution. You can't carry somebody, I read public administration, for instance, and you want to make me Minister for Health. What do I know about health? Nothing. Do you understand what I'm saying? So Okonjo-Iweala, yes, she's an economics. She knows finance. So you brought her in, she left, and she got a bigger job or a better job. But did you listen to her while she was there? I don't think so. If you cannot play their game, you cannot be anything. So they will even frustrate you. So I don't think God will let me go pick up a paper and see president. No, I don't think so. No. Yeah, when I was much younger, I thought red was it, but was my favorite color. But right now, I think I just wear what I like. I'm tilting towards white things. Maybe for my age, I don't know, but I don't think I have a favorite color. Let me not lie. I have all sorts of clothes, all colors. I don't have a favorite color, no. I have had this interview before too, and I told them that I don't believe there's any particular style that one would hold on to. I stopped wearing just anything, so I wear a few. I've come, maybe because of my age, I've come closer to a few brands. But then I can wear an Ankara dress and feel comfortable in it. So you have to know, one, how is your physical shape? What are you choosing? Does it match your body? Because a lot of people do things like, oh, this is Martha's tailor, so she made an amazing outfit for her. I have to go there to make it. Like I went for her Sade's Black History Month, and everybody was, they want the dress. I was wearing a pair of Ankara pants and a crop up, and everybody wanted it. The people that wanted it, I'm sorry, I don't mean to put anybody down, But you have to look at your body shape. I won't see somebody wear something and I want to wear it if it's not going to suit me. So style to me is what suits you. What can you afford what suits you? Do you understand? Like, I have a friend, she believes in you have to wear the Gucci's, the Dolce & Gabbana dresses, and all that. I don't believe in that. I believe that you want to wear a Stella McCartney dress of $6,000. To me, is a pure waste of money. I'd rather change that money and give to people that are sick, people that need it. So I don't think style is an expensive dress. I don't think so. I think style is what suits you. So even if it's an Ankara, like the day I came to meet you in the Antinike's gallery, I wore an Ankara dress. Yeah. But everybody liked it. And everybody that sees the picture like, oh, this is really nice. It's just an Ankara dress. That is no more than 35,000 naira. Do you understand? So it's not like I don't have the Stella McCartney, the Giovanni's, the everything, but I don't think that's style. I think style is what suits you. I had this discussion with my daughter yesterday, and I think she made sense when she said, people would not want to say their age if they think they are underachievers. I am excited to be 60, very excited. And I am one person that I turn 50 today. The next morning when I wake up, I tell you I'm 51. They know, all my friends know, everybody around me knows. And so I don't think 60 is different from 50 or 40. I don't think so. I am grateful to God for giving me life, for giving me good health, for giving me amazing children. I brought 7 of them up, 7. I am excited about my friends. I have very loyal friends. I'm excited about everything around me. So 60 to me is not a big deal. I am not going to do like a huge party like everybody is expecting. They've been calling me. Everybody is saying I have to do something. But I just did 2 major parties for my daughter, my last daughter this year. And what is going on in the country, I don't think party is what I should be like clamoring for. So I just decided I'm going to do hallelujah seed to the sick people, like I said before. But 60 is the same thing as 50, 40, and by God's grace, 70 in another 10 years. Never. At my gym right now, I was the oldest until one lady joined us like 3-4 months ago. And without being boastful, I am the strongest. So I don't have any fears. And I know that everything is in God's hands. If He gives me the energy and the strength to push on, even at 70, I will still do what I'm doing. So no fears at all. None. I have 3 grandchildren presently, and the 4th one, by God's grace, is supposed to be born on my 60th birthday, by God's grace. The first thing and the most important thing is I know that I am one human being and I cannot run an entire country by myself. So I'm going to look for technocrats, and there are plenty in Nigeria. They're professors in medicine, you put them in that field. They're engineers, you put them in that field. I don't know why our refineries are not running. Because if you face the refineries and you repair the refineries and we can refine our crude oil, half of the problems we're facing will be solved. But the people who are gaining from it, who are making stupendous wealth from it, so they don't want the refineries to run. Why will refineries not run? We have friends who work in refineries that are collecting money for the past 10 years without going to the field, but they pay them salaries. So you find technocrats in every field, in every field. That is the only way our country can grow. So I am not going to be president. I have never prayed for it. I will never pray for it, and God should not give me, but find people, technocrats in different fields to regulate our system and our country. It's just friendship and love. I think it's just friendship and love. But I try to support them. Like my sister Stella, who they think is my twinnie, I took her from age 7 because I was teaching in a village. I took her from age 7, so she's been with me for 43 years. She married from my house. The day I got married, she followed me and everything. So she's been with me for 43 years. And as soon as she started selling clothes, I stopped buying clothes from any shop. So for the past maybe like 10, 12 years, she's bought every single thing you see on me. She buys it. Also, yes, this is a Giovanni, or no, this is a Terry John. This is a Terry John dress. She sells Terry John or Escada dresses, Giovanni dresses. So instead of going to patronize other people, I just make her bring a lot of them and I pay her. Most of them are like that. Most of my younger ones are like that. I try to support them. Okay, we were 10, but 2 passed, so we're 8 now. My senior brother and 7 of us.